Today we're in the woodshed, which probably not the woodshed, the bike shed, which itself probably needs a bit of a clean up. We're also going to tidy up some other things that have been bothering us. We have here a bike I've had for a while now, and it's done me pretty well. I've done a lot of modifications on it, but I'm afraid it is a 100 travel bike. I got it for kind of more cross country and a bit of trail riding. But it has on the front dual position pikes that'll go from 130 to 150, so it's strange to ride. So anyway, to cut a long story short, we bought some second-hand gear. So we're gonna rip open this box here and see what's in it. I must add that when I bought this bike here, I was not planning on having this a couple of years later, which is a proper 100mm travel cross-country bike. So we really need to change this one now, if we can, get all the parts together and do it. So let's see what's in this box for starters. This is the bike check. This is a bike that I built after buying the frame and the wheels from eBay about a month ago. That's when I built it on a Friday afternoon and took it out the next day, and I've added one or two bits since then. So I'll just talk you through what's on it, starting from the front and going to the rear. Okay, first up we have the Avid DB3 brakes from my last bike. You may have had juices on before and know that they're rubbish, but these have been faultless, the DB3s. A few years old now, but working brilliant. They are linked to a 180 rotor on the front, and which lies at the end of a pair of Rockshox pikes. These are the dual position pikes. We've got 150 at the moment. However, you can simply change that if you're going up steep hills. Change it with this little knob here, and obviously it doesn't pop down, but it will pop up. This is now at 130 travel for going up hills. Get to the top of the hill, just remember to do this. That's it at 150 again now. Perfect, you really do feel the difference. It has the charger damper, so this is the one for small bumps. I like to have it so it's nice and soft. The low speed, and then this one that's locked out at the moment. You've got locked out, pedal and open. I have it locked out on tarmac most of the time. Let's go up the top. This is a Nukeproof Warhead handlebars, carbon, and a Nukeproof stem. That's a 50. I'm not sure about the colour. I might change that back to a black stem. This is Shimano Xt 1x11, brilliant, which is linked to the drive train, but the chain ring itself is actually a absolute black 30T oval. We've got the XT Shadow mech with the on the back. However, we're running Oneup Sharktooth 50T sprocket, which is just the 11 to 42 Shimano sprocket, and you think you add in a 46 and a 50 at the end,
you take one out in the middle and add two in at the end. I've done it years ago now, so I can't remember, but that's lasted a long time. And you have to put the extra long Oneup cage on there for the 50. Back up to this side, because we have another Oneup at the front. That's the lever for the Oneup dropper post that we've got here. This is the 150 travel, although you do get a shim, you do get a 170 travel and a 150, and you also get a shim that you can make it anything. I got the 150 because I knew it would fit in the frame. I'm not sure the 170 would fit in the frame. I really don't think so. Okay, we've done the cranks, we've done this. We've got a pair of DT Swiss wheels. That was the frame and the wheels I bought on eBay. And we're running a brilliant combination of the Purgatory grid on the back. It's in 2.5-ish. It says 2.6, but it's actually 2.5-ish. And the grid butcher on the front. Probably get away running the control casing on the front, but always at least grid on the back, because I've done the sidewalls in on a few of these tyres. What else do we need to mention? Oh, the lovely fabric seat, really comfortable. You do not need to wear any padded shorts with this thing. It's brilliant on this type of bike. 27.5, yeah, I said that. The only thing I would mention is this is actually a small frame, 16-inch, and I did notice it felt a bit smaller after coming from a 17.5-inch, but going by the cube size chart, this is exactly the bike I should have at 5'7" and a bit, 170-ish, and it's okay. I've definitely improved some of my skills recently, which we'll go into. So I think that's it. Oh, we've got the Specialised bottle cage here, where your bottle, it goes in from the side, and of course the 140 travel at the back. I should mention this bike is normally spec'd with 150 at the front, even though it's a 140 travel at the back, because that's the way the geometry is set up, so that's perfect. We've got the 3-position Fox Float DPS at the back. That's locked out at the moment. Pedal and fully open. And that's my bike check. I think I've covered everything. If I've missed anything or you've got any questions, just stick them in the comments. Say I might change a few bits. I do have something to go on here. Instead of using this for the Garmin, which often gets knocked about if you're doing the rough stuff, I've got one that'll go on the top of here, so I might get that on. As I say, I might change the stem because it just doesn't look good colour wise. It's too red. I thought it'd be an orangey red, but it's reddy red in it instead.